They are not lions. They are not leopards. And they rarely get the spotlight. But if you asked a lion which predator it fears crossing paths with, it might just say this one. Welcome back to Wild Africa Daily. I'm your host, and today we're tracking one of the continent's most misunderstood animals, the African wild dog. The African wild dog goes by many names: painted wolf, Cape hunting dog, Lycaon pictus, which literally means painted wolf in Latin. And once you see one up close, you understand why. No two wild dogs have the same coat pattern. It's like a fingerprint splashed in fur. Big radar dish ears, a bushy white-tipped tail, and a lean, wiry frame built for distance, not power. They are not related to domestic dogs, wolves, or jackals. They are their own genus entirely, the last of their kind, having split off the canine family tree millions of years ago. And here's the number that should stop you. Fewer than 6,600 remain in the wild today. That makes them one of Africa's most endangered carnivores. Rarer than lions, rarer than cheetahs. But rarity isn't why researchers are obsessed with them. It's how they hunt. A lion's hunting success rate is around 25 to 30%. A cheetah maybe 40 to 50. The African wild dog. Studies have clocked it as high as 80%, arguably the most effective large predator on the planet. Here's their secret: teamwork, stamina, and communication. Wild dogs hunt in packs of 6 to 20, and they don't rely on ambush like a leopard or brute strength like a lion. They run their prey down, sometimes for 3, 4, even 5 kilometers, taking turns at the front of the chase so no single dog burns out. They communicate with high-pitched chirps and use a kind of democratic voting system. Researchers have observed dogs sneezing to cast votes on whether the pack should start a hunt. The more sneezes, the more likely the group moves. Yes, they vote with sneezes. Nature is stranger than fiction. What sets wild dogs apart isn't just the hunt, it's what happens after. Unlike most predators, wild dogs bring food back to those who couldn't hunt injured pack members, pups, even sick or elderly dogs. They regurgitate meat for them. It's one of the most cooperative social structures in the animal kingdom. Only one breeding pair in the pack typically has pups, usually 6 to 16 at a time, the largest litters of any canid. And the entire pack helps raise them. Babysitters stay behind at the den while others hunt. It's a full community effort. This is a species that, despite its brutal efficiency as a hunter, treats its own with remarkable tenderness. So why are painted wolves vanishing? 3 main threats: habitat fragmentation, disease, and conflict with humans. Wild dogs need enormous territories. A single pack can roam over 1,500 square kilometers. As farms, roads, and fences carve up the African landscape, that space keeps shrinking. They're also highly vulnerable to diseases like rabies and canine distemper, often transmitted from domestic dogs in nearby villages. And because they sometimes prey on livestock, they're still targeted by snares and poison in some regions, despite being legally protected in most range countries. The good news: conservation programs across Zimbabwe, South Africa, Botswana, and Kenya are actively relocating packs, treating disease outbreaks, and working with local communities to reduce conflict. Painted Dog Conservation and African Wildlife Foundation are 2 organizations doing serious work on the ground. The African wild dog will probably never get the fame of a lion or the mystique of a leopard. But pound for pound, it might be the most successful hunter on the entire continent and one of the most devoted parents in the wild. They are proof that in Africa, the fiercest predators aren't always the most famous ones. If you learned something today, hit subscribe. Every week on Wild Africa Daily, we're tracking a new story from the wild heart of this continent. And let me know in the comments, what animal should we cover next? I'm signing off. Stay wild.